seat at my workplace. I'll quickly share something on day of reckoning. Day of reckoning is not until we die and we face God or we say, God, I did this, this was the intention and all of that. Day of reckoning happens even here on earth. So at my workplace, it's supposed to be a remote job after all, but then we have to go to work 9 to 6, and it's quite a distance from my house. So we go to work and we have just one line manager. Let me say one line manager that we see physically. Others are, going home and not in the country, so we just see virtually. I'm really breathing fast and hard because I actually just literally came from the office. So just yesterday we were at work and suddenly our line manager just came and was like picked on someone, a particular person, and from there she started, she just started digging up, like, okay, so you guys have not been doing your task, you guys have not been, so this is it, we have to make calls and we have to activate drivers. Drivers are somewhat being activated, but the main task, which is calls, are not being made. So our line manager came to work today. We had a physical meeting. That remember I said this line manager is the only one physically present in Nigeria. Others are like not in the country. So she came and we thought it's a joke. From there we moved to meet with our other bosses virtually, and it was my turn. But one thing, when you do good, you just kind of feel at rest. Like I said, this our line manager rarely comes to work because it's supposed to be a remote job. Even for us that are making the calls, it's supposed to be a remote job. But I just always feel like, okay, let me just make these calls. Like, let me just make them. Even if I will not do the extra, let me beat what others are doing. Let me make sure that, okay, I'm a little bit above them so that just in case anything happens and they go and check the records, they will see that at least the task assigned to me, which is to call first, I do them. Then I also go the extra mile sometimes if I want to ignore WhatsApp messages. I'm like, see, I'm on break, I'm always like, okay, what if this person is not activated? And it can just be that one person that I need to add to my number of activated whatever to I just like to satisfy my conscience when you put it like that. So that was just the attitude I had. That was the attitude I had towards the work, about calling and about going the extra mile sometimes. So day of reckoning came today. I'm sorry if I'm not getting my thoughts lying together and it's not flowing perfectly. I am just coming from hot seat and I just feel I should bring this straight from the stables. So it was my turn to go to the hot seat, and we had this virtual connection, and the physical boss on-site boss is available, and the on-site boss, and we started. And first off, I would say I know they were satisfied with at least the number of call counts I have, and they couldn't say much about that. They could not attack me from that angle. So they went ahead to listen to my calls, and they saw that, I really did make the calls, and they listened, and I really didn't spend much time, and I kind of had, though I discussed with God before I met with them, but at the same time I just had this confidence in my call counts myself, like, wow, this is quite impressive, and I felt good within myself. Though I'm not perfect, because I won't say there are days I've also got lazy and all, but compared to what we had seen from others, I'm sure I did something good. So what do I want to bring out of this story is a day of reckoning always comes. It might be later, it might be sooner, but always be prepared. I think this is just a season of preparation. Always satisfy your conscience. So yeah, I remember one thing one of the virtual bosses said. He said that, okay, so he was really ranting and he was really pissed and he was unhappy. They feel like we are cheating the system, and Nigerians, what they believe about us and all of those things. So he now mentioned something. He said, even if you have have a God, you should, it just went on like that. And for a second, I felt, wow. So even the heathen know what is right. Even the heathen, they know that if you have God, you should do the right thing. If you know God, if you acknowledge God, you should do the right thing. And I'm glad I didn't fall my God and my God. Okay, pick the word that is correct. I'm glad at least I fulfilled all righteousness, right? And saying that statement did not bring shame to God through me. Yeah. So, whatever you do, please try to always do above the normal. Yeah. So if you're in a space and you feel I have a free hand to do this, and you at least see that people are doing like 20%, try to do 30%. So that when the day of reckoning comes, you would have a bit of confidence. And when you call God, you would call God with, you will call God with your full chest. And when they call God in that matter, you won't be ashamed, and God won't be ashamed, and God won't be, talked down through you. I just really pour my heart to you. It might not really flow as a podcast or whatever it is, but I just feel I should share this. This is a personal experience I just had now. Like, I'm still at work, and I hope you learned one or two things. God help us.